What's up, guys? I've got a cool video. I think I want to do a walk around of the lighting setup I have on the truck because I just changed it up. Actually, Sylvania Lighting, Automotive Lighting, reached out to me and wanted to know if I want to try out some of their lights. And perfect opportunity because I was able to finish up kind of everything I wanted to do with lighting on the truck. So let me show you everything new. So this is with everything turned on, and man, the sunset is absolutely insane. It's one of my favorite spots above San Luis Obispo. Way down there, that's Morro Rock. But okay, back to the truck. This is just crazy. But yeah, let's go over the lighting because this is basically exactly what I wanted to do from the beginning, but only just now got to finishing it completely. So I want to have lighting under the truck, and that is super useful for just getting around the truck at night, setting up camp, walking around, especially if you have everything turned off. So let's say we turn everything off. You can just turn these guys on, and this is like dim enough, low enough that like if you pull up to campsite somewhere where there's other people camping, this is not going to disturb them. It's not big lights coming down from the roof of your camper shining into someone else's tent. It's just underneath the truck, and that's a lot of times all you need, just to be able to see where you're stepping. Like if I'm getting out of the camper in the middle of the night or something, that's perfect. Just turn on the underglow and I can step out and I can see what I'm about to step on. So underglow is a light actually mounted to the back of the transfer case, which is hilarious, but there's a threaded bolt hole on the back, and that just works super well. I wanted to try it out. It's working really well. It's casting all the way to the back, which is really nice. And then I just today added the lights under these trays, and I haven't even had time to trim up the wiring and like do zip ties and clean it up. But these are two of the flush mounts, and those are perfect for under the tray. And you're probably thinking, are these going to get super like obscured with mud if you go off-road? I haven't had that happen with these because of the mud flaps. So when these are closed, the mud guard really blocks everything from shooting up on the back over here. So I think that's going to be fine. It's not going to really be obscured all the time just from off-roading. This stays actually pretty dang clean. The back of this gets caked with mud when I go out. So yeah, I have the flush mounts down below, and then on the sides here, this light, just turned off right now, is another flood that's positionable like this, and you can also fold it and arrange it. And this is one I'm actually gonna swap out in a little bit for just a different design, one that's not square, but kind of more of a rectangle. Just aesthetically, I think it'll work a little better, but I'll turn that on right now. Dude, I cannot believe the sunset right now. So that is the rear button, and that does these side ones, and it does the one off the back right there. And the ones off the back shine down onto the pull-out cases. The idea here, this is perfect for setting up camp, cooking, and this is exactly where I've done a lot of cooking, on the back of the truck. Even with this view, you might recognize it from some of the Instagram reels I've made here, but that was the purpose of that. All the way around you can have lighting, but also just to see what you're able to do, see what you're doing cooking wise. And those are actually on a dimmer. This is my little electrical control panel, and this switch right here dims them, which is super nice when it's like when you're cooking off the back, so you can also turn them on and off there. But that is so you can adjust how bright this is on the back without blinding yourself. These, especially in this lighting condition, this is perfect. So leave them full blast. So flush mounts underneath the cases, a slim pod on the transfer case. One of these ones. This is what's on the transfer case right now. It's the 3-inch slim cube LED pod. That's what's right there. And I'm gonna cut the screen right now to show you what I'm gonna swap them out for. It's just an aesthetic change, and the ones I'm gonna swap them out for are waterproof rated too. These are water resistant, but the ones I'm gonna swap them out with from Sylvania are actually waterproof and like tested under submerged conditions. So gonna swap those out. They are a little bit more similar to the aspect ratio of these generic ones I have on the back, which are not Sylvania and do have some water inside the lenses. So perfect time to swap those out. 4-inch flush mount, 900 lumens, 2 Osram LEDs, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Sylvania actually is owned by or owns this LED manufacturer, and they actually make their own LEDs, which is kind of cool. Super wide flood, which is perfect for my uses, and only 7-watt draw. One of the nice things about these lights is the fact that they are relatively affordable, and you can get them just about at any auto parts store, like normal auto parts store. I think I got those from CarQuest for this project, and they also have a limited lifetime warranty or guarantee, and you have to check the packaging for exactly everything. But talking to them, it's basically, if it fails to light ever, and it's been under normal use, you know, it wasn't like ran over, just under normal use, if it fails to turn on, they will replace it through their warranty program. So that's pretty cool, because they're priced similar to what a lot of the other lights I have on the truck that I just got online, like on Amazon, and those are kind of good luck getting any type of warranty done on them. So kind of nice to have an affordable option that you can pick up anywhere that is warranted, guaranteed, and high quality. They've been around for 100 years doing automotive lighting for OEMs and stuff like that. So it's cool that they're getting into this market and at a price point that I think is accessible for a lot of people. So I thought it was a good fit for me for this truck, and the lights that I'm using I'm actually been really happy with. Only had them on the truck for a couple weeks now, but I did a trip out to the Mint 400 in Nevada and got to use them, and then also Torkerville Falls, Utah, got to use them for the first time out there, or second time out there. And then I just installed the ones under the cases today, and super stoked on that, because now I finally have full lighting underneath the truck. Let's take a look at how I control all the lighting for the truck. So actually, you know what? First, let's show you the power source. The power source right now is a Anker Solix C1000, which you might have seen in my other recent video, but just a classic solar generator battery. And I actually have their expansion battery over there as well. You can only see it in the dark. So this is about 83 amp hours, and that one is another 83 amp hours. So about 160 amp hours of power, which should be plenty for this. And that carport is what is running everything. So I have carport here, or 12-volt cigarette lighter carport. They call it carport on here, but it's just a cigarette lighter connection. That runs power under the truck into the flatbed and into here underneath, like in my storage compartment. It comes up here, there's disconnects, like connectors, and to the power board. So this is one of my favorite little projects, this little power board. It's got the phone charger, it has the aux beam 8-switch controller, and it has my diesel heater control. It has USB ports, both USB-C and USB-A. I think it's A, right? A, B, maybe the standard USB. Now it's got USB-C too, because a lot of my camera stuff is USB-C. And then it has the dimmers. So the dimmers for the inside lighting and also the outside lighting, as well as the phone charger, which is like one of my favorite things. But yeah, everything's controlled right here. So I gotta move some of these stickers around, but this is the underneath of the car, which I need to move the underglow sticker over here. But that's these guys. So I can control this from inside as I'm sleeping. If I hear noise or something and I just want to like alert people that, hey, there's somebody in here, I can turn all these on outside from inside. which is one of my favorite things, something I wanted from the beginning when designing this, but that does the underneath ones. The light bar is this LED strip lighting on the door, and then cargo is underneath the shelves here. And I'm gonna add something inside the shelf too, but I used to have only in the shelf, and it actually, like if I had to choose one or the other, underneath the shelf is better, I think. So if you're doing that for yourself, if you're making something similar, the underneath is nice because it just doesn't show up, doesn't shine in your face, and the fact that it's on dimmers is really nice. Interior, that's this one way up there. That has its own dimmer on the actual unit. And then let's see, interior, cargo, light bar, that's this guy, and then underglow and rear. So that's everything controlled on this aux beam, powered by the solar generator. If you are looking to do lighting on your camper and you can't do all this type of lighting all at once, or you just have a truck setup and you want to get lighting for camping, I would probably just go with the underglow. So if you did this, I'd probably go like this. This is probably all you need just to camp and move around the truck, because for the majority of the time when you're camping, you don't want light shining down on your face, like in your eyes. You just need to be able to see around the truck without tripping on stuff. And so if you're on a super budget and you can only do lighting in one area, I would do underneath. If you had to do more lighting, or you want to do more lighting, then of course the these guys are super nice. But you can tell, I mean, these aren't super brilliant like in your eyes because of the angle and because they're super flood, but it's not much more other than it just lights up like if you were working on something here. But as just a necessity, I think just under the truck is probably the most useful lighting you can do for camp setup. You don't need to have big lights coming off everywhere. Anyways, that's my that's my 2 cents. I of course have everything, so you know, take that with a grain of salt, I suppose, because I think the full lighting setup is more fun and more cozy. But if you had to just do anything, just one of these, I would just do underneath the truck. That's gonna close out this video. Just a super simple video on how I have the lights set up, how they're powered, how I'm controlling them, and then of course a closer look at the actual lights I'm using. So if you have any questions about how I've wired them or anything that I showed in the video, just leave a comment. I'll try and get back to you. And appreciate you guys watching, and see you in the next video.